So Booney, what's going on, man? We back at it again, man. Game of Thrones league, bro. We've been going all day on our team review. Right now, we on a Bucs team right now. Shout out to my boy Corey, man. That's your guy, bro. I thought he was House of OVO this year. He is and don't know it yet, huh? Well, anyway, he picked his Bucs. You know, he's probably the only person I've known around me that ever really been a true Bucs fan. He got the Bucs right now, and you know he got his favorite team. He's excited. He had a high pick. He was a playoff team in the team selection. He stuck came back right back with the Bucs again, man. And quiet as kept, this is one of my sleeper teams as well. Bucs is definitely a sleeper team to play with in franchise mode. You actually got them in our King Madden league. Anything that you would like to tell me about that team and that roster right now? You know what's crazy? They got really good team speed too. It comes down to can you play with Jameis Winston or not. Now I think if there's anybody that can play with Jameis, it'll be him. So I think Corey's in a good situation. Now, before, you know, as I always do this before I talk about the roster and the team, I always go to the division, and let's go talk about this NFC South division right now. All right, so you got the Falcons over here, and that's Dirty Rat. You got the Saints over here, and that's McCoy. The Panthers over here, that's Reef. And the Bucs over here, this is Corey. All right, so out of them 4 teams over here, man, who would you say is the strongest team in the division? Not the coach, not the person that plays, that's controlling the team, the actual team. Yeah, I think this is a tough division, and not only do I think this is one of our favorite divisions, it might be one of the hardest divisions amongst those guys playing each other. It's a hard division to really say who's who. Now, most will say the Bucs will be the weakest team in this division, and I've heard a lot of online guys that do this. The guys that hand out plays and show you how to play the game, whatever they do for MUT, always throw little connected franchise mode, best teams to play with, but they don't play franchise mode. So when I look at this division, I think all 4 of these teams is a team you can play with. I like the Panthers roster. The Saints has a good roster. The Falcons have a good roster, and the Bucs got a good roster, and they all got pieces you can play with. It's hard to say who the best roster over here, but me personally, I think it's the Bucs roster. I mean the Panthers roster, with Cam Newton and them. Far as, you know, you got to take in mind what they look like, a real team, and then the Madden aspect of it, what they can do with that speed and stuff they got over there as well. My question to you is, knowing the users over here, Coach Dirty Rat, Coach McCoy, Coach Reef, and Coach Corey, who do you see coming out of this division right away? Right. I mean, I think Dirty Rat, you know, he always starts the Maddens off really well, especially blitzing and stuff. I think he'll give them a problem early, but eventually they'll figure it out. Yeah, I think it comes down to the Bucs and the Saints too, and I think McCoy has the upper hand right now, team-wise. Now, with that being said, let's go look at this Bucs roster. Yo, Falky.
What's up, bro?
What's going on, man? Hold on, dog. We doing a little. What you doing right now? You on your way home?
Yeah, I'm in my room.
All right, let me just listen to me right now. We doing a team preview. We doing a Bucs team real fast. Give me a second, but I want you to hear this though. All right, so as we go to rosters, boom. Let's get to these Bucs team right now, man. Again, do you think Jameis Winston is can be a Super Bowl winner quarterback with that 76 overall, 90 throw power? Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say. You put the star trait on Ronald Jones, even though he's 68 overall. That 93 speed, 93 acceleration is a big thing over there. I don't know if Falk ever paid attention to this roster at all this year, but I think the Bucs is a sleeper team. Like, this is a good team to pick in franchise mode. What you think, Falk? I said the Bucs are a sleeper team. In franchise mode, I think they're one of the top sleeper teams to pick. It's a really good roster for connected franchise mode.
As far as a roster, yeah, but who do you use?
Corey got him. The Bucs from RDL.
Oh yeah, I mean they gotta have somebody who know how to play with them. But yeah, they definitely got a sleeper roster with Mike Evans and Ronald Jones and some of the draft picks they've accumulated. Vita Vey. Over the last couple of years. There's really no James Winston and how you use it.
Right, James Winston and how you use him, that's what I said. But of course, he's going to start Ronald Jones, 68 overall, 93 speed, 93 acceleration. He gets to start right away. But when you get to the receiver core, you got Mike Evans, who has the double me trait, so he's an X-factor guy. You still got Chris Godwin over there with 91 speed, 92 acceleration, but he's the 81 overall at 23 years old, 2 years in. And what I like about Chris Godwin is that 81 will beat most corners that's not, a lot of corners that's 80 and above in this league. And franchise mode period. So this guy can win those matchups there. But then you have a great Madden player with Brashad Perryman. Now, he doesn't do anything in real life, but you can't take away from a 95 speed player with 92 acceleration. You can't take away from that. He has elite speed on the game. So I think right away he has 3 strong receivers right away. He got a possession guy that can completely dominate a game, and then he got 2 guys that can stretch the field right now. 68 overall, Justin Watson. I used to call him the White Moss from Penn. 91 speed, 92 acceleration. But then he got a young boy down here, Scott Miller, 5'9", 174 pounds, 66 overall, that he picked the star on as well with 94 speed, 93 acceleration. Do you see him get him in the mix? 5'9", 174, or is this a punt returner?
Punt returner.
Yeah, I kind of figured the same thing. Booney, when you get to the tight end position, when you look at the tight ends over there, they got O.J. Howard. They still got Cameron Brate. They also got Jordan Leggett over here. Me personally, I think they got a bunch of trade bait over here with tight ends. So I think wherever he's weak at, he can actually build just by putting these guys on the block. I don't know which one. I mean, Jordan Leggett, you can put him on the block with no problem. I think you keep Brate and Howard together, but then you got another young guy down here, Tanner Hudson, with 82 speed, 85 accel down here. That somebody gonna need. Again, this game is for the tight ends this year. Quarterback's best friend is the tight end, so I think they're solid there. Now the problem comes down to the Bucs is their O-line. So Falky, previous videos I said any team that have a lineman 75 and above is a good offensive lineman. I said the 70s, anything in the 70s, under 75 is average lineman. So when you playing with line, like a lot of teams, if you go through a lot of teams, they all got a lot of 60s all over the place, all on their offensive line. And you know as well as me and Boone know that this game is for the pass rusher this year. Now when you look at the Saints have, when you look at his division, he got another 3 teams over there that all have pass rushers over there. Some of them got X-Factor pass rushers over there. Well, anyway, his left tackle is a 67 overall. I think that's going to kill him. His left guard is probably his best player, Ali Marpet, 88 overall. His center is a 77, Ryan Jansen. I ain't know they got Jensen, though. That's good. But then, look, Ali Kappa, his right guard's a 64. And his right tackle's at 86. So I mean, he 2 out of the 3 linemen is going to definitely have to get replaced eventually or develop somehow, some way. Again, you could probably use those tight ends to get a couple of those linemen, that lineman position secured. But I think he's weak on the line. Period. What you think, Boone? Not at all. Especially with the pass rush you got in this league, period. Well, at the left end, you got 28-year-old William Golston. You got a 4-year guy with Nooms Roaches, and then you got rookie Terry Beckner Jr. Look like they're in a 3-4 with their front, how big they are at the defensive end. I really think he can fix that left defensive end, but he do got Sue over here still, 32 years old, holding on with 85. So you know he gonna make plays for you. At D tackle, they got Vita Vey, Corey Lugic. Look like he picked him up out of free agency. You had to cut him. Shaquille Barrett, 82 speed, 87 acceleration. They got Anthony Nelson. To me, from Iowa, this guy can actually go to defensive end for you, and you could probably play him now and develop the rookie. At middle linebacker, Levante David, he a dog. But then they got Devin White from LSU, 92 speed, 91 accel, Falk, 74 overall. Couple of middle linebackers that he can trade. I think Devin White is going to do some big things. Boone, you played with this guy. Is this guy going to be a problem right away, year one? My question is this. You got Levante David, Falk, this is for you. You got Levante David at 90 overall, that middle linebacker with 86 speed, 90 acceleration, right? And then you got Devin White, the rookie, at 21 years old, 74 overall with 92 speed, 91 accel. Do you move Devin White to the outside linebacker, or do you keep him in the middle, both those guys in the middle? Or do you move one to the outside linebacker?
I would keep him in the middle.
Right. Well, when I said they had a problem at the defensive end thing, they do got Jason Pierre-Paul still here, and they got him at outside linebacker. So they do got Noah Spence. They do got big-time outside linebackers that's really pass rushers that they can move down to the defensive end. I like it, but I think they got better. The one thing that the Bucs didn't have to me was secondary, especially in 19. I had them in 19. I had nobody over there. But they addressed that situation. They got Sean Murphy Bunton, 72 overall rookie, 92 speed, 91 acceleration. He comes with a hitting trait. They also got the boy Jamil Dean, 94 speed. You know, we all know Jamil Dean from our real draft league. So they got corners now. They got bookend corners that can run with people once they get developed. I like that. And then at safety, Justin Evans is still here. They got Mike Edwards from Kentucky, the rookie, 5'11". I think he could develop him. Boone, do you start Justin Evans or do you start Mike Edwards? Yeah, I think I'm playing a rookie right now and moving Justin to the strong safety because I knew he was kind of weak over here at strong safety. Yeah, that's what I would do. We do got Kentrell Bryce over here, 65 overall, 91 speed, 91 cell. But I think that's what I would do. The Bucs got a pretty solid roster. I think they got a sleeper roster that they're going to have to build. I don't think they're Super Bowl ready right away, year one. What I do think is if he builds this team right, they'll be fine. I think because we have a good guy user in this team that he can make it to the playoffs and be a factor within the NFC side of things. But I don't know if they're strong enough to be able to get to the dance right away. It's going to take a little bit. That's why they're a sleeper team. That's the Bucs team, man. That's our Game of Thrones league. We're talking about the Bucs. Our next team up will be the Cardinals, and we'll be back at you. This AntHits. Holla at me.